Nós estamos aqui no segundo trend show da Koyama e vamos entrevistar agora Arnaud Andux, da Focal, e saber o que ele tem achado da estadia no Brasil e dos clientes, dos participantes do campeonato organizado pela Koyama e o nível técnico deles em geral. First of all, welcome to Brazil, Arnaud. I want you to introduce yourself for our audience and tell about the company, about your job exactly.
My job is director of sales worldwide. I'm taking care about the world and especially about the French market. I want to keep the domestic market because for me it's very important to know and to understand what's happened in one country, and especially where we are the leader of the market, because Focal have more than 90% of market share. It's very important for me for knowing and for being able to answer everywhere in the world about all the questions that they can happen. Concerning Focal, Focal is born in 1979, and already, and it's news for you because 2 weeks ago, sorry, we already bought a new company in UK with 105 people. This company is focusing on the electronic but home electronic, CD receiver, amplifiers and all. So now Focal, since 2 weeks, is the biggest group for the sound in Europe. Today we already are making more than 50 million euros all over the world. Most of our business is turning around the export side. We are doing more than 75% of business in the exports. And now the group is 310 people. One point very important concerning the company is that our president is the guy who built the company, and at the beginning it was an engineer, and he's still an engineer. But it will help you to keep in your mind and to understand the Focal philosophy. It means that we don't want to make only some business and all. We want to focus on quality and to improve every time and to bring on the market some excellence, some innovation and some very quality products. And our goal for all of us in the team, in the Focal team, it's to try to keep mainly our production in France.
Arnaud, we wanted to know about the experience that you had here in the championship that, organized by Koyama. That for those who don't know, it was a championship of single brand, only with Focal products, and you act like one of the referees. And I wanted to know what your impressions about the championship and about the knowledge of Brazilian consumers.
What can I say first of all is thank you Koyama for all these events. It's a wonderful one. And what we did in terms of the competitions, in Europe we call the Focal Sound Meeting. There is 4 Focal Sound Meeting in Japan, in Philippines, in Thailand, in France, in UK, in many countries. And I'm very happy that the first time in the American continent we organize this one, it's the Brazilian one. After, I'm very surprised concerning the sound, the passion of the guy, but especially about the sound. The best car in the world I never heard, it was in Japan. But today, frankly speaking, following what was inside this car, I think that the Brazilian level is roughly up than many countries. I can say up than many European countries, and I'm very, very surprised.
The passion for car audio, it's universal. But do you see a difference between the preferences of the consumers from Europe, from United States, and from other countries?
So it's difficult to answer on this point, but the passion for me is roughly the same everywhere. After, in many countries now, especially in Europe, most of the people are afraid to cut and to build, and they don't have enough time for spending on the car. Like in Europe, for example, today there is roughly no more competition, and it's a huge problem. But concerning the passion, it's roughly the same everywhere. All the people who like the car audio business, who like the car audio system, who like to improve their system, who wants to find and to tune roughly every day, it's everywhere in the world. But it's true. And if we speak about these events, 3 complete days with so many people. Even at this morning, we are on Sunday, and at 8:30, all the people were ready to start for listening. Some people were speaking about product and all. It's amazing. This I never saw nowhere. Around 150 dealers who are staying here, who are listening, who wants to speak about the business and all. Frankly speaking, this I never saw nowhere.
Focal is one of the most important manufacturers of car audio products in the whole world. What's the reason do you think it's responsible for that?
First of all, it's due to the products, because for most of my competitors, they are not trying to making some innovation and to working with the R&D department for improving the quality of the system every time. As I told you, Focal is trying to making a lot of innovation. That's one of the points. Secondly, since for more than 25 years, Focal is looking for the export side, and it works. And I think it's very important for us that the export permitted to Focal to growing even at this time, even in 2009 during the crisis. The third point in my mind is the French sound, because today we can see that there is roughly 3 sounds all over the world: the US one, the French or European one, and the Asian one. And as I explained, the French sound is focusing on the voice. So I think that's the reason why in many countries today there is many singers, and all the people are listening and want to listen their voice. That's one of the reasons of the Focal success. And the fourth point is then in terms of the commercial strategy, I think, and I hope we never do, I think we never make some mistake. Even during the crisis, even during the bad times, because every company roughly has some, we never try to make some discount price and all. Every time we don't want to go in the spiral. We want to go in the spiral, but on the other way, with innovation, training like I'm doing now, and many other points.
Nowadays, Brazilian economy is growing and growing. Do you think it's the moment to make Focal even better, even higher in Brazil at this moment?
I started the export side in 2005, and to find the right people and the right distributor for Brazil was one of my goals. And during the last 4 years, we worked a lot with the Koyama's team for making growing Focal everywhere. And I'm sure, and you know more than me, that if I don't focus on Brazil, on Russia, on India, and China, in maybe 10 years I will be dead. But these 4 countries are very important, and besides, for me personally, I prefer to be in Brazil than to be in China. So I want to focus and to push on the Brazilian market.
You want to leave a message for the Brazilian audience, the Car Stereo and Koyama audience?
I hope only that the Brazilian passion will stay intact for the next 5, 10, and 20 years. And once again, I'm very pretty proud to say that Koyama is still the right guy for a brand like Focal. Thank you.